Okay, so the first question on normal distribution requires us to figure out, they're really just asking us what score would put us at the 30th percentile and which score would put us at the 60th percentile. So the 300th place, 300 out of 1,000 is the 30th percentile, and 600 out of 1,000 is the 60th percentile. Remember, to find a percentile, we are going to locate where we are. So if we want the 30th percentile, that's going to be 30% of our data below our value of interest. And that corresponds to a z-score of negative 0.5224. And then we take our mean and we add to it our z-score times our standard deviation. And that would give us the score that would put us at the 30th percentile. And we would repeat that for the 60th percentile. 60% below means 40% above, and we would find the z-score. Next question. This is a very straightforward question. They give us the z-score and they want to know what test would give us that z-score. The value of interest is what we would be solving for. Minus the mean divided by the standard deviation is equal to our z-score. We want to solve for our z-score. Next, what we need to do here is figure out what percent of students scored higher than Molly. We want to make sure that we set up a problem where the mean is 850 and Molly scored 940. So we need to find a z-score and then figure out what area corresponds to the right tail of that z-score. Next problem is very, very similar. The only exception is that this would be a t-distribution because we do not know the population standard deviation. So we substitute in an estimate, which is the sample standard deviation, so our value of interest, minus our mean, divided by our standard deviation. In this case, we're going to estimate it by using a sample standard deviation divided by the square root of our sample size. And that would be a t-statistic, so we make sure that we use our t-distribution table. Next, number 1. Here we are just finding a value of interest. It is extremely similar to the second question that we went over. No exceptions, so I'm not going to spend any more time on that. And the last question asks us, they give us all the information, the value of interest, they give us the mean. They also tell us the z-score. So all we need to find is the standard deviation. They don't give us a z-score, but they tell us that if it's they tell us that 25% of the scores, or 0.25, are above value, so we can figure out what that value is, and then substituting that value in, we can find our standard deviation. X is the unknown, the standard deviation. And the z-score, while I'm not going to give it to you, it's not an unknown value. You can figure it out knowing that the top 25% were above 180. That concludes the helpful hint for normal